I'm sitting here with Nick from Razer, and he's letting me do the intro this time on my channel, so maybe then he'll take us, tell something about the Wolverine Ultimate in exchange.
Cheers, man. Right, okay, so Wolverine Ultimate. Oh dear, you're not cutting this. We're doing this in one take.
Yeah,
this is one take. Yeah. This is professionalism right here.
Yes.
Right, okay, so Wolverine Ultimate, this is our Xbox One controller, okay, and this is our answer to the Xbox Elite controller that Microsoft brought out, okay. It's a wired controller. Razer always go for wired controllers because certainly if you're going to be buying a controller of this quality, you might be using it in a tournament environment, and you don't want to be using wireless in a tournament environment. There's too much crosstalk, yeah. So I'll just walk you through some of the main features. First off, it's fully chroma enabled. So we've got the chroma lighting here, 16.8 million colours. When you attach it to your PC, you can sync it up with all your other chroma peripherals, and it also works on Xbox as well. Okay, it has 6 extra buttons. There's 2 on the shoulders here, and then you've got 4 extra buttons underneath. Okay, they're all permanently attached, metal buttons running to Omron micro switches, which are the same micro switches we use in our mice, and also in our Wildcat and Sabertooth controllers on top here. So they're a very short pull, very accurate. All of those extra buttons can be programmed to any of the features already on the joypad itself, and you program it through the joypad as well. So you don't need to use our Razer Synapse software to modify it, but you basically, what you do is you hold down this button here, then you select the button that you want, and then you then press the button that you need it to go to, and then you do it again. So what I could do is I could do something like, say crouch is pressing it on the left stick, yeah? And I just find that a little bit difficult to then move around. I keep accidentally releasing crouch. I could set crouch to one of the buttons here, yeah, underneath, and then I can now be crouching and moving around without worrying about accidentally standing up and getting shot.
Or if I am a Nintendo guy and I'm used to the A button being there and not being interchanged with A and B, that's so mean, I think, that they're doing this, so I could change them.
Yes, you can, because what you can do is you could set A to one of these buttons here, okay, and then set B to the A, yeah, and then set this button back to the B, so you're just moving around where the button assignment is, yeah, and that's all you're basically doing. And you can even clear buttons as well, so you could have none of these work at all by just basically clearing them off, and then obviously when you turn the controller back on, it resets itself, and then you can load the profile if you want to.
If you have very big fingers and tend to like touch too many buttons at one time.
Or you've got or your little brother or something keeps beating you or something, so you just turn off all of his buttons. Yeah, it's not working. But anyway, yeah. So that's the programmable features of it. But we also have, it's pretty modifiable as well. So if you look, if you're playing and you're getting a bit frantic and everything, you can take a pounding. We've got metal switches on everything. Oh, that's something I meant to mention as well. For driving games, you want to have that analog pull on the trigger so that you can like gradually accelerate and gradually brake or whatever. But in Call of Duty, that's no good. You just want to fire. There's not sort of like, oh, maybe fire, nearly fire, fire. You're just firing. So we have trigger locks built in as well. 2 little switches here. You slide them to the sides like this, and now you've got a much shorter pull. Yeah, and it's just much more like an actual button rather than a trigger. Yeah, so you can have them nice and long for driving games or whatever, where you need a bit more control, and then when you just want to on-off shoot, then you can just pop in the trigger locks, and away you go. Yeah, so moving back to the modification of the controller, if say you're doing a fighting game or something, yeah, you might want to have a slightly longer joystick. Yeah. Now these are really solid and firm, but the cool thing is they're literally just held on by magnets. Okay. And the way we've designed this is that any sideways movement on them, yeah, they're just nice solidly in place. You've literally got to lift them straight up, yeah, to actually remove them. So you haven't got to worry about the joystick falling off in game, flicking it away somewhere. It's solidly on there. But we've got a selection of different joysticks to go on. So there's a much longer one, because some fighting game players like to play like this, yeah, and then they want to use the D-pad down here for whatever. Now, what we found when we launched the Raiju was that some players really liked the 4 individual buttons on the D-pad, some didn't. So if you're one of those guys that likes the 4 buttons on the D-pad, you're sorted. However, if you much prefer just a singular D-pad, all we do is we flip this off, again, magnetically attached, so we just take that off, and then supplied with the Ultimate is a second D-pad. We just pop that in, and there you go. You've now got the D-pad where you can just roll around. So for some moves within Street Fighter, you need to sort of like roll around from one side and then up to the other or whatever. Yeah, so you can do that. And then of course the final joystick as well, that can come off, and we've got a converse head, or you've got the convex head, so dips in or comes out, and you can then have whatever joystick combination you fancy, or whatever D-pad combination you fancy as well. And that basically is the Ultimate.
Why are you better?
Because we got more going on, so we're modifiable, we're programmable, we've got the extra buttons, we've got the trigger locks. Yeah, it's a good solid build. I mean, I'll hold this, you hold that.
All right.
See, so what Doerk doesn't know is I'm just going to talk to the microphone now, not let him have this. Shush, I'm talking to the people. Yeah, so you see, I gave him the joypad without any joysticks on, so he can just see how easy that was. Yeah. Now you guys know Doerk. Yeah, you know what he's like. Yeah, he managed that really, really easily, and that's genuinely how easy it is to do on the Wolverine Ultimate. It's so easy, even Doerk can do it.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to say. They do know me, and they know if I can do it, everyone can do it. Okay, thank you very much for the presentation.
No worries, thank you very much. Guys, thank you for putting up for us. And, oh, should I do the thing?
Yeah, you can do it.
Yeah, make sure you like, comment and subscribe, and check back soon for more from NerdStar here at IFA 2017.
No!